thought that was fitting for the
That
show.
was lovely.
Welcome to Acute Mania Live. I'm on a streak of 3 shows in a row, and this is my second show. I had a very entertaining episode yesterday with Julius from I Am Your God, clear up in Finland, and we had a discussion about Santa Claus. There's a town called Santa Claus right next to him, so I had to learn about that, and just it's crazy. But Tom joined me from London to co-host that show, and we had a great time. Go watch it when you get a chance. I watched it myself last night and laughed my ass off. So it was entertaining, really entertaining. But tonight I have a great band from Charlotte, North Carolina. I've been down to Charlotte several times. They are called Imperium. Welcome, guys. It's really nice to have you.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Greetings, everyone. Tell me a little bit about the band. I mean, I know a little bit about it just from the bio, but tell the viewers a little bit about you guys, how you got started, things like that.
So it kind of started with me and Cameron. We went to high school together, and we're basically the only metalheads in the entire school. So it started off with us just kind of jamming and wanting to write music. And we ended up going to a few music festivals together, and we're just like, holy shit, this is, what we need to do. And it ended up with us basically just at each other's houses trying to figure out how to, do the metal and record. And eventually we had some half decent demos that weren't complete shit, and that kind of attracted Christian and Tom. And we kind of all got together and had this really cool mix of influences between Tom's, grunginess and my Australian metalcore. And it just, it came out as this weird mix of like hardcore, metalcore, grunge, and yeah.
I don't know too much about. I've never had a guest from Australia. I've had 12 countries on the show, but I've never had Australia. Explain to me a little bit about what Australian metalcore is. Is that what you said? What Australian metalcore?
Yeah. Australian metalcore is like basically a midpoint between metalcore, hardcore, and punk. It's just like right in the middle. It's super energetic. It's like if you look at the shows, what I grew up with was like shows in, gymnasiums pretty much at these things we call PCYCs in Australia. And you just a bunch of local bands in basically a basketball court and kids just throwing fists. And like, people jumping off the stage. Oops, I just knocked the mic there. But yeah, it was just, really chaotic, really high energy, just, like things. Like, for example, my first show I went to was Parkway Drive, and they got brought on their first tour by Hatebreed, and like, bands like that. And that's kind of what got me into it. And from there, I went to, like, I met Cameron, and he introduced me to a lot of much more melodic stuff, like, a lot more 90s, a lot more early 2000s, your grungy shit.
Yeah, we went a lot more Alice in Chains and like the early 2000s rock side of things from that, and then
Trivium.
blended into our style from there.
Yeah, Trivium as well. He introduced me to Trivium.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just kind of like mixed, and we got to thinking, like, what if we had this, super high energy of the Australian metalcore with the awesome vocal harmonies and stuff of like Alice in Chains and grunge, and we kind of just mixed those two together, and it came out pretty cool.
Well, I mentioned before we started that I had some Australian questions. Actually, just one. Well, maybe more, but I figured I'd get these out of the way now. Just so we can focus on you guys the rest of the time. When you go to the Outback, what do you order?
I haven't gone to Outback in years. God. They always look at me weird.
Kangaroo.
They think I'm faking the accent when I go in.
I'm sure they do. Yeah, I'm sure there's other people who do it too, and they're trying to.
Like, all right, guy, you better tip good. Oh wait, he's
Is that the guy from the commercial? The guy from the commercial. He's auditing us.
It's not my
just
fault.
don't bring him a Foster's.
Yeah. Do you order Foster's every time you go in there?
I will assault you if you bring me a Foster's.
I heard that Outback is no representation of Australian cuisine whatsoever.
Not really.
It's just a American wannabe.
Yeah,
it's just
there's
a
no way. What do you don't eat kangaroo, do you? Because in Australia they don't eat that, right?
Sometimes, but it's not that big of a thing. I mean, like, I have
more of a snake guy.
Occasionally we'll pull out some Roo burgers, and
he's more of a snake
Roo
guy.
burgers.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like pork. It's chewy.
Joy is in Finland yesterday. I saw on a menu a Finnish menu that they eat a lot of reindeer up there. Like reindeer tongue is like a delicacy. But like I mean, okay, they live next to a town named Santa Claus. You would think that they would not be eating reindeer.
That's metal as fuck.
You would, yeah, that is it's very metal actually. Yeah, but I couldn't believe that. I was like, what? But so I actually asked him if he'd ever had Rocky Mountain oysters. Do you guys know what that is?
Yep.
You know what it is, right?
Guess it comes from the Rockies.
Cameron knows what I'm talking about.
Cow nuts. Isn't it?
That's nuts. That's some balls right there. For sure.
A little
Testicles,
hot
need to get
sauce.
you
testicles, if you will. Let's see. There's a live chat. That's what I'm glancing at here.
Oh, okay.
Abby says, "Why is Christian in the car?" Ha ha ha.
Because he's unprofessional.
Because because I have to
sunroof.
run errands. You know, I have a personal life.
Open the sunroof. Let the air in a little bit. There you go. Yeah, that's right. Is this a high end vehicle?
Yeah.
You want to tell us what it
They
is?
all hate my car.
Nah,
It's
yeah.
not a
That's
neon.
because we
Fucking-
work on cars.
Yeah, no, you crashed your first Mercedes and I bought another piece of shit Mercedes.
Hey, I
Hey,
didn't
it's
crash.
Mercedes,
The lady
though.
ran out in front of me. I can't say what she's going through, but you know, she was probably going through something.
Mike is my roommate. He's on the couch. He's the guy on the couch. He says your volume is fine, but their volume could come up a little bit. So everybody just start yelling.
I didn't have an issue with that.
Yeah, I'll turn myself up a little.
I can turn you up on my end.
Yeah.
So
This
you're-
laptop
any
mic
better on
isn't the
mine?
greatest.
Everything's Mike. How about turn up your volume? Maybe it's your volume.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Maybe you should turn up yours because mine's just all the way up.
You
Christian,
guys,
we're just going to replace you with Chat GPT. That's what we're going to
That's fine.
what do you guys do? Like for do you make a lot of money with your band, or do you actually have
Absolutely
crappy
not.
No.
daytime jobs that you have to work?
do. Does anyone
Definitely
make a lot of
daytime
money with
jobs.
this?
Let's
I don't,
both
I don't
have
know
a
anyone that
daytime
does.
job.
Yeah,
None
tell
of
us,
you
Tom,
work?
What do you do?
Yeah,
we-
Tom, what do you do?
Are you a kindergarten teacher?
Oh
Hmm.
God, no.
Nah, he's more like a babysitter.
Nah. Well, I'm a stagehand for the most part, so I think I have the coolest job.
Yeah,
But
dude,
I've
got
pulled-
beat.
It's metal.
I-
Sure.
Yeah, I pulled out my back doing it a couple of weeks ago, though, so I've kind of been stuck inside for the last.
You
few
got to wear
weeks.
one of those back braces things, don't you? You have to wear one.
Yeah. No, I feel like an old man.
Grandpa
Stuck-
Ozzy.
Of those?
Grandpa Ozzy.
Gotta take her easy, Grandpa.
Yeah. I haven't had one of your sexy.
I need you bouncing around on stage.
Who's the
I
oldest?
want to wheel you up there in a wheelchair.
Who's
Who's the
oldest?
oldest?
Yeah, who's the oldest?
Probably take a
Um,
guess. Take a
Yeah.
guess.
Tom?
I'm thinking Cameron. Cameron's got the most facial hair in everything. The hair, he's got everything going.
I think that's just how
I'm just the
Cameron's-
fuzziest, but Tom's got me beat on the ears.
Yeah.
Dylan's
Got a few more
actually the youngest.
notches on that belt.
Tom is from the late 1900s.
Go to hell.
Very old. Sure.
It's getting rained on right now.
Is it raining?
Yeah,
Oh, you
Oh,
had your sunroof open?
yeah.
Don't get
Commit to the bit and keep it open.
Yeah.
It'd be more metal if you kept it open while it was raining. Way more metal.
I mean, it's not raining.
Don't-
I want it to pour down more.
That'd
so.
be a little bit
That'll
emo.
be
A little
metal.
bit more wind would be good. Some
Tell
Yeah.
us your facial wetness.
Some lightning and thunder. That'd be even better.
thunder. When you guys first got together and jammed, did you play covers first? And if you did, what?
We kind of just Cameron and Dylan came to my house and we just it just fell together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was mostly just
split off of
improv
that.
for the most part until
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
finally started getting some structure down.
Yeah,
you didn't play any covers at all? None at all?
Not really.
We want
Not
to.
yet.
We have a
Some in,
list.
yeah, some in the works, but not quite yet.
Like what?
I don't know.
We like
If
to
they
do
want
that
to
one
tell you-
Scorpion song a
that's
lot. We talk about
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that one. We haven't really done it, but I say if we were going to do covers, that would probably be
Yeah,
the
Hey, what about,
Sales of Chiron?
I
sales of
can
kind
tell
of
Dylan wants to do this one really bad. It's a Linkin Park song.
Yeah, they've given up. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to do that.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a Linkin Park cover band follow me the other day.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, I don't know, Linkin Park cover band.
I mean, I figure you can't say them anymore, so like you're gonna cover something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
It'd be a good one to do.
Good idea. Yeah, and like I don't think is there a Nirvana cover band? There probably is somewhere.
There's one
plenty
relatively
of-
local here.
Yeah,
That's
there's
actually
one.
where we met
Grunge
Tom.
Fest still out
Yeah,
there.
no, that's where we met
Yeah.
Tom. Was that a Nirvana cover band show?
Oh, really?
Heard them
Yeah,
screaming
so-
over the PAs, the sound.
Oh
garden.
my god, yeah. So we were at this show at the Fillmore, so like a big venue, very loud PA system, and I heard this absolute banshee screaming about 10 people away from me, over the band, over the PA. It was like clear as day, and I was like, he needs to be in my band.
It was Tom. Yes.
Yeah, and I walked up to him and was like, hey, you want to be in a band? I sent him some demos, and yeah.
This was
and,
after what, like a year of straight, constant year of trying to find somebody who could sing.
yeah,
That
well, it was like 8 or 9
At
different
all?
vocalists. Yeah,
yeah.
Did you have tryouts for vocalists?
not really.
We
weren't that
knew
good
we
yet.
knew a couple people that did some variation of vocals. It just kind of one way or another fell apart until we met Tom, and we got stuck with him.
Yeah.
We got stuck with them.
He's a very sticky lad.
He made the
Yes.
cut.
Just slimy, sticky all the time.
Hey, I want to go ahead and play a song. That way, people can hear what you sound like. It's very good stuff. I can tell the influences after listening to it myself, based on what you're telling me now. Let's listen to "Dead to All." Tell me a little bit about this song. How did this come about? What's the lyrics about? Things like that.
Okay,
Anybody.
so "Dead to All" it kind of has a dual meaning. It's on one hand kind of an argument with yourself, like in your own head, about like toxic sides of yourself, and that like the toxic sides of yourself and like the anger and the anxiety you feel is ultimately a part of you. And if you were to get rid of it, you'd destroy who you are. Because I find a lot of my anger and passion comes from negative sides of myself, and I use that to kind of feel my music. So that's kind of what one side about it, and the other side of it is also kind of about society and like what society wants you to do. Like go to college, get a job, just work till you die, is just so soul sucking. And if you were to do that, you may as well be dead. Like you've killed the person inside. So that's kind of the dual meaning of the song. I don't know if Cameron wants to add anything to that, but
Covered it up pretty well, mostly just capturing the duality of either accepting it and just mustering through it and just existing, or actually choosing a concept to actually live for and live about.
Awesome. Anybody else
So,
want to
yeah.
chime in before we start?
I think that's just a lot of things that, I mean, not just musicians, but a lot of people deal with that duality, struggling with, what's expected of you and what you really want out of life, trying to balance those two things. And I feel like that's just sort of kind of one of those ideas about what we were trying to get across in that song, just talking about that duality.
yeah,
Sure.
and like the instruments reflect that as well. You notice in the song it'll go from really heavy and fast paced to really melodic and soaring, and that's just
Yeah,
kind
more open.
yeah, and so we tried to make the instruments reflect the lyrics a little bit.
You want to feel the emotion.
For sure, yeah. It's terrific. Like I said before we started, I can't decide which one of these two songs that we're playing tonight are my favorite, because they're excellent. They're good stuff. This is Dead to
Okay.
All by Imperium. Check it out. It's badass. I love it. my goodness, a vocal range.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Tom's a very special lad.
Many ways.
How many of you sing? Like all of you sing along, like in the background or anything? It
We're
seems like
gonna
there was-
need to.
We're
But on
gonna-
the recording, it's just Cameron and Tom. But yeah, I got to figure out my vocals if we want to do it live.
Do you
I'm
guys?
too occupied keeping up with the parts.
Yeah, the drumming is excellent. All the double bass stuff. I play a little bit of drums, but I'm terrible at it. But I mean, I can keep a beat, and that's it. But like the double bass always fascinates me. Like it seems like it's getting quicker and quicker with bands, but it's excellent. And I've actually looked up on YouTube. This was a long time ago. This guy developed a triple bass pedal. I don't even know how that. I mean,
Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah,
You know?
I saw that.
I mean, enough is enough. You know what I mean? Like I can't even do the single one half the time. You know, so. But I mean, it's excellent. It's very, very good stuff. I can, like I said, I can hear the influences that you're talking about with Alice in Chains a little bit in there, and there's a little bit of like, well, you said Scorpion. You're trying. There's a little bit of that in there too. It's like old school metal, also.
Yeah,
You know.
And as far as from what I grew up doing vocally, I definitely started out with more traditional classic metal like Scorpions, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, and then I moved into like grunge metal, Soundgarden type stuff. And I guess it just progressed. When I met these guys, they got me a lot more into metalcore, and it just kind of meshed together that way. It was pretty
I
cool.
corrupted him.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to
You
hear
ruined me.
Crack the code.
It's nice to hear like somebody bands doing different things, because there's several bands that they just do metalcore, metal. What did I say? Medicare? No, metal.
We all need Medicare.
Medicare. Yeah.
Medical care, no, metalcore, and or they do just like what is post-hardcore or melodic.
Yeah.
There's so many different types, but it just seems like for a while there was an influx of bands that were just doing all the same thing, and they all sound exactly the same. You guys are kind of tying all that in and making it your own, which is it's good to hear that that you're doing. You have it in there, but you're doing something else with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we make it a pretty big point to mix as many genres as we can get, especially with some of the newer stuff. It can get a little weird, but it somehow seems to work.
Oh no, the newer
the
stuff
fun.
is kind of good.
Yeah.
That's the fun part, mixing all the
Yeah.
things together and like seeing what happens.
It's like a art project.
Mhm.
There's a couple of comments here. Scott H. Guitar, pick collector, says, "Great job to the whole band, and extra special shout out to Cameron. You guys rock."
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it,
And
man.
Carrie Hawkins says, "Great job, everyone. Awesome song."
Cool.
Thanks.
Thank you, buddy.
Scary.
Hit subscribe,
Tom.
damn it. I only have 337. Hit subscribe. I get on these rants where I'm like, if I get 1,000, I can make 50 cents a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go.
You got to start somewhere. I have 337. I expect more.
Yeah, it's hard building up stuff.
Was there some keys in the towards the end of that song, or was that
yeah.
That's my Disney piano I was putting in there.
your Disney? What'd you say?
it just sounds like a bloody Disney movie. But yeah, that was kind of the first song. Well, not the first song, but I was originally a piano player before I was a guitar player. So that's kind of the instrument I started on. I've been getting back into it. We've kind of been incorporating it into our songs, and I've always loved symphonic elements mixed in.
What's
So,
that instrument that looks like a guitar that's actually a keyboard?
that Keita.
Guitar or
guitar.
whatever.
Yes,
Yeah, that's from
Keita
like the
song.
80s.
You should
That's
do
like a
that in
disco
band.
hit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you guys should definitely bring that back.
That would really
I do
stand
know
out
one
in
band
the
in
metal
Charlotte.
scene.
There is one band in Charlotte.
Honestly.
Have you guys been to or played at the Milestone?
Yeah, I
Yes,
know of it.
yes.
The place has been there. The place
Many,
has
many
been there
times.
for years.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. That place has been there. I mean, I don't even think they have any heat, because the last time I was there, it was like December. I went down and saw a couple bands, and it was colder than shit. I was wearing my winter coat in there.
Probably don't.
Probably don't.
Yeah,
They don't
I doubt
play
it.
shit.
Probably don't have.
But I love the place. The place is so DIY, and it's
Yeah.
everything. It always sounds good there. I've been there twice. I went for the Welcome to the Family
I
Fest.
agree to disagree on that one.
What? What? That's a great place.
No, that it's their sound.
It's,
Well,
it's hit or miss.
I guess, yeah,
It's
I
a
guess,
hit or miss.
yeah. I mean, I've never performed there, so I guess that there's be a difference to working with the sound guy to
I've
hearing.
played there a few times, mostly when I was like younger. I was like 19, 20. I mean, it was a long time ago, granted, but they didn't have like the top of the line best stuff ever, really. But it's just been a charming place to play, and the people that
Yeah.
go there really get into the music, so it creates a good atmosphere. I like playing there.
Yeah,
And
it's
there's a
always
hit-
Yeah.
There's a
always
big
a fun
history there,
time.
too. Yeah, I mean, like the people, I mean, there's a list on their website of people that have played up there. It's like, I mean, they're some. I don't even know what I'm saying. I lost track of what I was saying.
Yeah, like, I'm
Even
pretty sure
Nirvana
Nirvana
played
played there. And yeah,
Yeah.
I think REM was there too. REM and
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
Metallica
REM
played
played there.
there.
Metallica did really.
Yeah.
Was Lars involved at this point?
I would believe.
I don't know. I'm not a big Lars fan.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't really know. I wasn't born.
You guys, yeah, you guys are youngins. I probably look the part, but I'm definitely in my 40s. So there's gray hairs. That's why I have to mohawk it up so I can look younger. I went to a couple of weeks ago. I went up to Pittsburgh to see Static X and Fear
Oh,
Factory.
Yeah, I
and
wanted to
Twisted.
go to
I
that.
wanted to
show
catch
so
that
bad.
show.
I definitely fit in with that crowd. I tell you that much. Definitely fit in. But it was a pretty cool show. It was
Oh, that sounded like an awesome show.
it
It
was
was many.
decent. Yes, it was definitely decent. But yeah, the Keytar. Monocopsis is a band that I've had on, and I've seen them play it twice down at Milestone, and they play the Keytar on certain songs that one of the guys does. Interesting.
Yeah, one
That's
of my
pretty
favorite.
interesting.
Yeah, one of
We
my
need to get a
favorite
guitar
bands.
for one of our jazz breakdowns.
Yes, jazz
Yes.
breakdown.
I'm
we
telling you.
need the keytar for the loadout.
Who's gonna play
Yeah.
it? We all need to load out.
We'll do it.
Hire a secret fifth member.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey,
we'll hire you as
just hire
load
a
out
secret
guitar
team.
player.
I'll be
Has
there.
anyone
I'm
ever
there
smashed
all-
a guitar on stage yet? That could be our thing.
That could
Yes.
yes. Just go like.
Hey, I'm good at breaking.
Just get up
guitars.
there, not know how to play it, and then just smash it.
Like, fuck this. I'm done with this shit.
What the hell is-
Yeah,
This isn't a
Tom, you're
guitar. Who
expert.
messed this up? Bring me a guitar.
I was looking at something. Suzuki makes or used to make musical instruments.
The car
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, Suzuki.
That's
Or-
weird you said that because I think Kia, the car company, made a plug-in that has like a bunch of sounds. They made like a plug-in, which is kind of weird you said that.
It's like Yamaha and dirt bikes, but they also
Yeah.
make. Yeah, it's like,
I actually have a Yamaha guitar. Right?
I have a Yamaha drum set. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, the soundboard
They
that
make
I
actual good
I
stuff.
use
We'll
Yamaha
say.
or Yamaha. Some people say Yamaha.
I got a Yamaha motorbike
Like how
as well.
people call the Toyota Yodas.
Yeah, the Yodas. I knew a guy that had a big Toyota. That he called it the Tankoda, but it was just it was just a little one. I don't see where he got tank from it, but
Probably good in a car accident, probably.
It's probably relatively indestructible.
yeah. But he used to climb those hills. You know how like some of those guys go when they go 4-wheeler and they try to climb hills that are steeper than hell.
Yeah.
He did that once and rolled it, and it was fine. It started right back up. The CD didn't skip.
Sturdy.
Yep.
Tankoda for sure. I think it was even on the license plate. Tankoda. I think that guy actually lives near
I remember
me.
Dylan had his Yoda.
Yeah, I had a Camry I used to take out to like
Ooh.
mountain dirt roads. And
Did you
just
put
go
spinners
side-
on it?
No, I just
Drove
I'd
the
go
hell out of
sideways. Yeah, I beat the shit out of that car.
It
Go
took it, though.
sideways at 60 miles an hour through dirt roads.
Hey, I
like,
think the only good thing about it was what? The stereo.
yeah, that looked like a grandma car, so it was unassuming.
I used to go to those like the big car shows right around the time that Fast and Furious came out. You know, where everybody's souping up their Civics, and so I had a Chevy Malibu.
The rice burner.
Yeah, I had a '98 Chevy Malibu, and all I did was tint the windows and put a stereo in, and I entered and won my division. I did because I was the only
Oh,
one
yeah.
in that division. But I got a trophy. I got to
A
participate.
win's a win, all right?
That's right. Damn it.
Right.
Yeah, you can't tell me I didn't win. I did. You didn't win. I won. I was looking at yeah. There was a somebody in the chat room yesterday. Their screen name was Retarded Cat.
Retarded cat. That's a good Discord name.
It's a good name for like a punk band. Yeah, we're the Retarded Cats. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta already be
Oh,
one.
we
ska
got,
band
we
or
got some
something.
great band name ideas. I don't.
How did you come up
Oh,
with? Yeah,
God.
that's a. How did you guys come up with Imperium?
It was two things. One main thing was we were big Machine Head fans, and the song
And
Imperium came on, and we were like, "That's pretty cool."
Well, we were
It's
beating ourselves up for
about
what
2 years.
8 months.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it was about
we
8
had
months.
I had a couple that we were bouncing around, and then we ended up just giving up and saying it would come to us, and then it literally came to us on the radio. So
Yeah,
that
it was
could be a cool band name. See if it's taken.
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
I'm a big Star Trek fan as well, so I was watching Star Trek, and they were like at the same day, or like the episode came on where they get stuck
Yo,
in
that was
Imperium
funny.
space, and I was like, ah man, that's a sign, you know.
Yeah.
It took me a while to find you on Apple Music. Apple Music's thing is weird with people that have the same names.
Yeah,
I mean?
we're
Like-
Trying to find it on
There's
YouTube.
several with Imperium. Like
yeah,
There's
Trying
even
to
one
find it
that's
on YouTube's hard.
there's even one that's abbreviated. I don't know what it stands for, but it's the one that shows up on your all's let me pull this up. On your where Dead to All comes up, there's a picture of a Mexican guy. Did you notice that?
no,
What?
I haven't seen
I
that
don't
one yet.
Let me
I
I
don't
haven't
have-
seen that.
let me screen share here and I will show you. That way let's see.
Yeah, I don't
I
have an
don't-
Apple
I've done this, like,
device,
one
so
time.
I can't see anything on Apple Music. I can't
Uh,
edit anything on Apple Music. It's kind of stupid. But
check this out. Do you see this gentleman?
who is that?
Look, Dead to All right here. Dead to All.
Pretty poster child.
All right,
So,
I got
I mean,
to
something
email.
needs
Make
to
the
happen
mascot
here.
go.
Something needs to happen. So you need to take control of this. He's
Yeah,
a
How'd you
yeah.
get Christian's middle school picture?
electronic artist.
What?
That should be the face of your album right there.
Yeah, I've,
And then-
Hey, it'll
I've
be
got to
easier to
email Apple
find.
Music.
Pedro. We'll call him Pedro from now on.
Yeah, no, so I can't see Apple Music at all. So that's why like I focus on
Oh.
Spotify. So if, Christian, you have an Apple device, right?
I saw that. And I'm like listening to your music on a different device and looking it up on my computer, and I'm like, that can't be them. Unless that's like a friend of theirs and they did that for a joke. That's something's off here.
Yeah,
Hey,
Just
it
the
would
man
have been a good
responsible
joke
for
if
all
it
the
was
music.
actually a joke.
yeah, and like
Hit him
Apple
up and have him
Music-
do a guest appearance on one of your tracks. Drum beats or some shit. I don't know what he does.
He can play the guitar.
Yes.
Yeah, he can be the
Yes.
guitar player.
I will put my Q Live powers together and try to get this guy on the show, and then you guys you guys barge in halfway through the show and be like, "Listen, you are on our Apple page." You know,
Yeah,
will you play
No,
the
Do
like-
this to yourself, guy.
It-
You work for us
But
now.
that like Dead to All is the only one that appears on that page.
that's so weird.
That's
So
fine.
then you go to let's see if I can find it again. Becoming is I think has its own page. Thankfully, I think that's how I. Let me see. Let me see what happens when I type in. I'll let you know if Pedro's on that one. That's his
God
name.
damn
It's
it,
gotta be his
Pedro.
name. I don't know why it wouldn't be his name. What else is? Let's see. Here, okay. I'm gonna click on that. Yeah. Okay. So when I click on when I click on Becoming, it just says Imperium. And there's no picture at all.
Okay, I'm gonna have to contact Apple Music about that.
Yeah,
They
I
take-
actually did that today. Mike and I are in we started a kind of a band thing, and we're called Natural Cause. And I actually just signed up for the Apple it's called Apple for Artists or whatever, and you
Yeah.
can basically control everything and
Yeah,
basically,
yes.
yeah,
I
grab
got
your,
an idea. Dylan,
own
I'm
your
gonna
content.
donate you an Apple device.
Yeah, that's the thing. I
I'm
do
just
that
gonna
on
donate you
Spotify.
an Apple device.
Yeah, no, I can do that on Spotify and YouTube and everything else, but I can't do it on Apple because I don't have an Apple device because they have this stupid.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta have an Apple ID and all that crap.
yeah, it's so I just can't edit any of that. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Do none of you have Apple?
You could
Christian
do
does.
iOS
Define
on your
having an
PC if you
Apple.
wanted. It might work that way.
Mind define having an Apple? Is what you
I have
said?
I have a brick with an Apple logo on it.
Oh yeah, his phone is a brick.
Hey, as
I
long as you can
forgot.
sign into it, you're good.
That shit's like a
Yeah.
vegetable.
Still
There is
kicking. She tries.
That shit is a vegetable. Oh my gosh.
No, that's not it. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. So when I go to the Becoming thing, under the search results, there's why is this coming up? Beast Wars. Beast Wars. That has nothing to do with Imperium.
It's
Unless
part of the Beast Wars now.
That's
Yeah,
that's oh, that must be the label. No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
thanks for letting us know. I'll,
I don't know what that is.
I'll-
But it comes up in the search.
Glad
results.
somebody
Yeah,
caught that. That's
I'm gonna see if
good.
I can get a hold of Pedro. He's got to be around here somewhere. You know, you would think.
yeah, I'll have to
see what I
edit
can
that.
do. I'll see what I can do, and then maybe I can talk him out of getting away from. Maybe I can have him.
Might have to go through Napoleon though, you know.
Yeah, from Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, vote for Pedro.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see if he can monitor your all's Imperium page on Apple Music since he's on there. You know, you would think.
Give him
Yeah.
something to do.
And if not, Dylan, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to challenge
Take
him
our
to
Yeah,
a
if you're not
joust.
making any music right now, go ahead and yeah. I don't believe they can pay you anything, but
I'll just
Give you-
show
give
up
you
to Apple
worth.
headquarters.
Shout out to
and then-
Pedro,
and
damn it.
Apple does.
Pedro's the man. Do you guys want to do the Wiener segment now, or do you want to listen to Becoming? Since we're talking about Becoming,
It's up to you.
you guys band vote. Go ahead.
I say we
I'm-
get this wiener out of the way.
I wanna
Yeah,
know what this is about.
I'm
All
Yeah,
right.
what the
I
hell
figured-
is this about?
I figured so. Okay, well, I have a theme song for this.
Don't pull out like no damn pack of hot dogs.
No,
or
I don't. I can't promise you anything. Anything goes on this show. It's live. You know what I'm saying? This is my dad singing a song when he was in Hawaii a couple months ago. So check this out. This is the beginning of the segment. Okay, here we go.
I know a weenie man. He owns a weenie stand. He sells most anything from hot dogs on down. Someday I'll join his life and be
His
his
weenie wife.
hot dog. I love that weenie man.
Okay, that was my mom and dad. He
Wow, that's very interesting.
my dad used to sing that song to me and my sister when we were growing up. He learned it in 4-H among other songs, but basically this segment has nothing to do with my parents. It has more to do with Mike, the guy on the couch, my roommate. Mike has a crazy fetish for hot dogs, like
Oh my!
like an unhealthy fetish for
Glizzy
hot
man.
dogs. You know what I mean? Like
He's the
it's
glizzy man.
the glizzy man. Yes. So basically, he eats hot dogs all the time. Like he's good.
I knew you were gonna say something about hot dogs.
No, you
Like,
thought I was going to talk about penis.
Pull out a pack of hot dogs.
You thought I was going to talk about no. So Mike basically he will travel miles to get to just try someone else's wiener or hot dog. I mean, and I've tried to have him come in and do this segment so I wouldn't have to do it anymore. But he doesn't like to be on the camera. He doesn't like anyway. So I have to do it, and I renamed it from the hot dog segment to the wiener segment because it's funnier, and you don't know what you don't know what it's gonna be.
You don't know which way that's going.
Right. You don't know if it's going to be soft or hard. I mean, you're not going to be what? So basically, Mike needs to know if he were to come to Charlotte, where does he go to get a glizzy or hot dog?
Tom's place.
Shit. Tom's place. Yeah.
Tom's place. Is that Tom's like this Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would go to
yeah.
Jack Bagels and get the rippers.
Yeah, Jack Bagels probably.
Well,
There's a place
it's
called
late.
Sup Dogs in Chapel Hill. It's dedicated to wieners. That's their whole.
They have a Sup Dogs in Chapel Hill now?
Yeah.
Huh.
like SUP, like sup, like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
That sounds delicious. Honestly, it sounds
They're
very.
sponsored by Wiener Greetings.
What?
They're sponsored by Wiener Greetings.
What is that?
Those are my
It's a
favorite kind. Hey.
It's a what? I'm confused.
He can explain it. I don't know what a wiener greeting is.
Yeah, I mean, I
They
think I
say
want one.
sup.
Like you can like buy them or whatever, or pay money for them to say it like to somebody. I don't like it's like a potato gram.
How's this work?
I'm just
Basically.
imagining a telegram with a wiener in it.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's terrific. Somebody dresses up like a hot dog and just shows up at the office and what's up? You know, you would think.
Basically.
But no, shockingly enough, Mike has had wieners in Charlotte. He says Greens uptown.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys
Ain't
know.
never
that.
been.
No, they've never been, Mike. I don't know if there's latency anyway that he won't hear it for another 5 minutes, but that's why I wish he would just sit in here for like 5 seconds and just. I have another microphone. It's not like or he could buy one. How about the show?
He needs to just wear like a wiener costume now.
Do you guys eat hot dogs? Like, do you guys like hot dogs? Some people don't like them at all.
Nah,
Not
nah,
all.
Not
I fuck
really.
like water.
I'm
Time
more
to
of a
time.
steak. I'm more of a steak and potato type person with some
What-
asparagus.
Oh,
Very
I do
specific.
like asparagus. It does make your pee smell, but I can get through that. You know what I mean? What would be Charlotte's go-to food? Like, what's the food of Charlotte? I guess. You guys know? I've never looked it up, but
Barely edible.
what?
It's just beer. It's not even food. It's just beer.
Yeah. We
Beer.
don't have good food here. Yeah.
Beer, yeah.
I saw a place. I saw
The
when,
ABC store.
right before I came down to the milestone last time. I was looking it up. Things to do because I had some time to kill, and I don't know what it's called, but there's a miniature golf course that's inside, and I guess you can get like alcohol with
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm talking
What's
about?
that? Yeah, yeah. Is that near the game arcade, Noda?
I don't
Is that a
know
different
where.
one?
Yeah, I don't know where it is. But
The
it,
only
no,
one that I
that's-
know of would be Frankie's.
There's a
but,
couple
like,
different places.
you can
like
drink. You can drink and play. You can play. You might be talking about Top Golf.
that sounds right. That sounds right.
Top
yeah.
Golf. Yeah, you
It
can
looks
drink. and you
very
just
nice,
sit there
too,
and
like,
hit fucking golf
yeah.
balls all day. Like this shit. I think it's overpriced, but people.
Yeah, it would look a
People.
little spicy. Yeah, but yeah, it'd be something fun to do on like a Tinder date or something. I don't know. Are you guys married and have children, or are you
No.
not?
Yeah, I'm married. I have 10 kids. They're all in
I-
Mexico. Though.
Jesus
I'm,
Christ!
I'm
God
married
bless
to
those
the
children.
gentleman you see in this call.
What? Which one?
They're also my children.
Yes.
Yeah, he's married to Tom.
Tom.
We've
Tom,
adopted two
I'm
beautiful baby
getting
boys.
I'm getting the impression that Tom gets picked on quite a bit in this band.
Well, yeah, he's,
I mean,
We
he's
all
the
pick on
oldest.
each other
Why,
quite a
why,
bit.
why should?
yeah.
It goes both ways.
Yeah.
Just like the Wieners.
Just
What?
like half of us.
Scott H. Guitar Pick Collector says, "What bands would you most like to go on tour with?" That's a good question.
Oh yeah,
Trivium's
Metallica
kind
would
of
be cool.
an easy one for me.
that's man. I'd love to go on tour with several bands that
I
probably
already know
wouldn't
Dylan's
be
answer.
possible these days, but obviously Soundgarden. That would be amazing.
Well, that one's very impossible.
yeah, sadly. But,
Not unless it's a Soundgarden tribute band. Some of them are good.
I saw them when I was at Grunge Fest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually saw Soundgarden live at the Tabernacle back in 2013, I think. Wonderful show. Great stuff.
I think everyone knows my answer. Probably Parkway Drive.
Parkway Drive. Yeah. All right.
Either Parkway Drive or Takanaka.
Oh my God! Yes, that's
Takanaka.
the answer.
Yes.
How bizarre but amazing would that be?
That would be incredible. Oh my God!
Everyone's gearing up for us, and then he just opens. They're like, "What's going on?
Yeah.
I
What's
would
happening?"
probably say
Only
I'd
if we get to
probably
take the stage right after, and like while he's still on it, and play one
Yeah.
number, and then
Yes.
What's that band that's crap? Never mind. I'll think of it in a minute.
The Wiggles.
Yeah, that one.
Wiggles.
hey man, don't disrespect the
Veggie
Wiggles.
Tale theme song.
we were talking about Lordy, or is it Lord or Lordy, the Finnish band that dresses up like monsters? We were talking about them yesterday on the show. It was fun.
Oh,
I've
oh,
never
You were
heard
talking
of them.
about?
Not entirely
Yeah,
sure.
you're not missing anything.
oh, I know who he's talking about.
They're huge. They're-
Something War. Something War.
it's
they-
Lord. It's Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their. Yeah. Well, I'd asked Julius if they took any inspiration from them, and he's like, no, not at all. I like they're massive. Like they've toured all over the world, and I don't see the
Oh,
point. But why dress up? You guys
have you
dress up.
seen?
You guys put any makeup on or anything?
Hell no.
Well, you used to be in a boy band.
Sorry, I'm not Kiss. I'm not playing Detroit Rock City.
I mean, some
we're-
people do the mascara or the lipstick. I don't know what they
No,
do.
we're not a real theatric band. We just like to, jam, get down,
Yeah.
get filthy and sweaty with each other.
I don't see anything wrong with the pageantry of like going all out and the shock
No.
factor, but that's really just not our style, I don't think.
Just Halloween.
Well, I mean, it works for some people if that's your thing. It helps you get noticed. I just
Yeah.
don't like having stuff on my face.
Yeah,
like Slipknot, you know, like would people still listen to Slipknot if they didn't have masks on?
Yeah.
Probably, but
Or like Sleep Token is blown up lately. That's
Yeah.
their whole thing. They have like a character around it, and it's part of the storyline.
yeah.
But
yeah.
I met one of the guys. Oh, I'm sorry, Dylan. Go ahead. I didn't mean to-
I was just about to say, I mean, like we'd probably wear like a mankini or something. But, you know,
I met Derek from Twisted after they played at that show. They opened that show, and you know, he has all the makeup on. I have the picture somewhere. I can probably pull it up. But you know, he's drinking beer. You know, he's got a beer can with a straw. You know what I mean? And it's
Oh
like-
hell no.
but he cannot mess up the makeup. Let me see if I can find that. Let me.
If you're drinking beer through a straw, something's wrong.
But it was a metal straw. A metal straw. You know. Let me see. Yeah, I got it right here. I mean, you know, there it is. Okay.
I could maybe see us doing like really weird shit on like Halloween.
Yeah, I can see Dylan wearing a leotard or something.
Yeah, something like that. But
There you go.
oh yeah, right. My old band used to do stuff like that.
But I mean, they were excellent to see. But yeah, I just don't get the whole. I don't get the whole makeup thing. You know, why do you have to? But yeah, like Cameron's saying, you know, if that fits for you and that's what your thing is, then you can't not do it anymore. So that guy stuck with that for the rest of his life now. You know,
That's the other thing. When you start doing that, you're stuck doing that.
Stuck doing
Kind
that.
of. It's part
people
of your
see what you really look like, and they're like, "Holy shit, who is this? Who are these guys?" You know,
in a way that could work to your advantage, though, if you just want to be like, shoo.
in a way, you could. Now, what if Slipknot would take their masks off? Would people just think they're a Slipknot cover band? Or I mean, like nobody's ever seen them. You know,
Probably.
Corey,
what does Daft Punk look like? I don't know.
yeah, I'm like punks for sure. Hey, let's listen to "Becoming."
Okay.
What's this one about? Tell us a little bit about this song.
Cameron, you want to take this?
This one's very melodic.
Yeah, it's basically
Very
just about
open.
depression and anxiety, and like not letting that and the toxicity of society like break your mental state, and that like one of the lines in the song is how many times will you burned before you become the flame. It's just basically about not letting those toxic things govern you and drive you, and like still being the best person you can be despite all of this shit that brings you down. Still remaining focused on what you love and being the person you want to be.
That's excellent. I love hearing about what songs are about. You know, because you can gain a little bit of that from lyrics and like the title of it, but you can't really understand until someone explains it to you. And I mean that's deep stuff. But and a lot of people can relate to that and
Yeah.
hopefully feel better. You know, you would think.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
here's
cool.
Imperium with "Becoming." This song, like I said, both of them. I love both of them, but I'm probably gonna thrash the crap out of the chair or something. So here you go. Here's "Becoming." Check it
I
out.
could beat up my lamp.
Greatest killing me, temporary means always and never ending.
my question is, when can I see this live?
That's a good question.
As soon as we can get it together.
Milestone.
hopefully.
Yeah, probably.
More than likely.
Well, there's nothing set up just yet, but we're going to focus on releasing a little bit more music, and then probably after that, looking at shows, and we'll announce all that.
Please release
as it
more. 'Cause
unfolds.
that shit's badass. A few people have commented since the song was on. My buddy Phil up in Yonkers, New York. He's in a band called Maintenance, and he was going to join me tonight as co-host, but he has a friend going shipping out to the Coast Guard, and I said, well, no, go hang with him before he leaves. So, but he did stop into the chat room to say hello, and that the music is sick with like several eyes. So,
Thanks, bro.
and Carrie asked a really good question. Carrie Hawkins says, what band or artist inspired you to become a musician? So I guess I don't know if that's band wise, or we could do it band wise and individually if you want. If you want to do it like that.
Yeah,
That's a
for
great
me, it was that. First show, as I said, Parkway Drive. I saw that. Like, I was a nerdy kid, and I wanted to be an astrophysicist, and I went and saw Parkway Drive when I was 15, and I just had to pick my jaw up off the floor. I'd never seen anything like it. And just after that, I was like, "Nah, that's what I want to do. That's it. It's done. Stop giving a shit about school." Picked up a guitar, and the rest is history.
That's badass. Who wants to go next? Christian.
For me, probably, I was listening to all kinds of stuff. Like, I mainly grew up listening to, like, there's a band called Bermuda, and there's a band called, I listen to all kinds of stuff. I listen to Die Is Murder, Volumes, who else? In Heart's Wake, pretty much a bunch. I grew up listening to all that, and I don't know. I started playing drums when I was younger, but I never thought about listening to metal music until I was in like middle school. So, once I got in high school, I was like very dedicated at that point. So I was playing, and I was like sitting there, just when I'll be in class, I'd just be listening to music. I didn't ever take headphones out. I must have had, like, if you could see on my old phones, you'd probably be like, damn, the phone is fried. There was so much good shit on it.
Yeah.
But now, mainly the biggest inspiration for me right now is probably Spite. That's probably my biggest.
Nice. All right. Who's next? Tom, you want to go next?
Sure. These guys know probably. Soundgarden was definitely my favorite band. Chris Cornell really got me started as a vocalist. I didn't actually want to be a vocalist. I wanted to learn how to play guitar, and I got stuck because when I was a kid, I was in that school of rock in Indian Trail, and they just kind of pushed me onto the stage, and they were like, "Sing," and I was just horrible at it at first. And when I'm bad at something, it just makes me want to get good at it. So I guess just out of spite, I started focusing on getting better at singing. And then it took me, a few years after that to even pick up a guitar, which was my initial desire in the first place. But yeah, I guess it all started with grunge music and Soundgarden, Alice in Chains. Those were definitely the big bands that I listened to growing up in like high school that really made me focus on metal music and rock music in general, as opposed to I listened to actually a lot of hip hop when I was coming up in like middle school and early high school. So I sort of transitioned from that into more metal music, and I'm sure these guys are appreciative of that.
Right? Can I just say, like, the amount of volume that Tom has in his vocals is unlike anything I've ever heard.
If I'm sitting next to him, I have to plug my ear because it peaks my eardrum.
I have sat next to walls of guitar amps. I'm a stagehand. It is ridiculous. Like, we will turn like our interfaces when we're recording down to the minimum volume, and he'll still peak it. It's ridiculous. So it's definitely a unique vocal style that we're very happy to have.
For sure. Yeah. What do you think, Cameron?
Yeah, well, as far as musical influences, from I grew up listening to classic rock, Aerosmith, Black Sabbath, Judas Priest mostly. More seems like more a little bit more Judas Priest from my dad's side, more Black Sabbath, and from my mom's side. But yeah, it's the first band that I really discovered on my end was mostly Alice in Chains and Soundgarden, where came into the grunge scene of it. And going from grunge to Trivium is where I kind of transitioned into knowing what genre I wanted to play and like where I actually really connected to the music that we were playing. More so that ended up kind of founding where our sound came in for my direction, with Dylan getting into metalcore and stuff like that, and all the other bands that he mentioned, Parkway, stuff like that, and getting into heavier stuff.
That's crazy. I everything that you guys said, I hear all of that in the music, and that it's terrific. It's I mean, I was going to ask you, what's your influence as a band, but you kind of summed it up right there. If you just take all of those artists and just put them in a thing and just spit it out, there it is.
Yep.
It's Imperium. It's not
Absolutely.
Pedro. It's Imperium.
Pedro.
I'm going to tell him that too. Yeah.
And like
Not getting any
with that-
appearance fees, Pedro.
Yeah. He should be the face of your new album. I'm telling you, that's marketing right there.
And
I'll-
like with that newer stuff,
I'll
like,
find. I will find that man. That man.
Yeah,
I'm kind of excited.
Get
bro.
Pedro on here.
I will find that man. Pedro, if you're watching, no, I don't know. Hey, before we start to wrap up, like I said, I'm in a 3-day stretch. I had Julius from I Am Your God up in Finland yesterday. It was a great show. I have Imperium today, not the Pedro version. I have the real version tonight, and tomorrow at 3 p.m. I've never had any band in Sacramento, California. I've had a band from California, a couple actually, but I've never done Sacramento. Amber's Wake will be on the show at 3 p.m. tomorrow, and my buddy Harmon will be co-hosting from Central PA, and we're going to be playing his newest single. He's in a band called The Hated, and he does a lot of things for that band, including drumming and he does the vocals, and his wife plays bass. So we'll hear the Hated's new song. The Hated's new song is called, I have to look at it again because it's abbreviated. It's YDWFWM.
That has to mean something.
It does. You guys want to guess? YDWFWM.
Why don't you fuck your mom?
With...
Close.
Shut up.
It's
Why don't
you
you fuck your
don't
mom?
want to
I
fuck
don't
with
know.
me. You don't want to fuck with me is what it's called.
Oh.
It's a really good song. I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Cool. Yeah, I'll tune in definitely.
Yes, please do. It'll be a good show. Amber's Wake, like I said, at 3 p.m. tomorrow, right here on YouTube or something. Let's see. What do you guys have coming up? You see, you're working on releasing some more music. Are you gonna release an EP, an album?
Yeah,
What's
So the 2 songs you heard is off our EP, Oceans of Failures, which we got the next single on that coming out in a few weeks called The Deserter, and it was actually the very first song we all wrote together. When we first met Tom, we all hung out in this house, and we wrote it on piano originally, and it all came together really naturally. So it's a bit more of a old school metal, Iron Maiden-y, not really the direction we want to go. It's
Power
kind of like
chords.
it's just kind of a fun song, but it's very huge and
It's our power metal Easter egg of the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it seems to kind of be the favorite from the friends we've shown. So that's coming out in a few weeks, and then the EP will come out shortly after that, and then after that we got a bunch of new songs that is so much better than anything we've written. It is really hard to like push out the EP when we know we're sitting on all this other stuff that's just blows it out.
Like
of
you
the
don't
and
even
it
want to
feels
push
like
the
we've really-
EP.
It feels like we've really dialed in our actual sound as a band with the next stuff that we have coming out, because this was a lot of like
Finding our footing.
treading waters, trying to find out what we were going to sound like, how it was going to come out, and guessing a lot, and then we kind of figured it out with the next stuff coming up.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
definitely making some strides and improving sort of the process of coming all together. The music, not the other thing.
Well, definitely book some shows. I don't care if around Charlotte. I'm used to being down that way anyway. So book some shows. I will come down and I definitely want to come down and see you. If you want to come up this way, up towards West Virginia and tour around like Pittsburgh and things, I can try to hook you up with some
Take
people.
me home.
Yeah,
You
awesome.
know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Place.
Great.
I belong West Virginia.
Yes. John Denver. Yeah, he's that's our unofficial,
That's
official
your
unofficial
state.
state song.
That's like the state song. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's weird about that song though is was it Shenandoah River that runs through Virginia, okay, and was
I
it
love the state.
Blue Ridge Mountains also in Virginia. So I think what Mr. Denver was got well he's deceased and things, but I think what he was really meaning was Western Virginia. I don't think he said West Virginia in the song, but I don't think that. But I mean, we can't change it now, and he's not alive to ask. So, but if you pay attention to the lyrics, it has nothing to do with our state at all. I mean, it's.
I got my first tattoo in West Virginia.
Did you?
Yeah. Because
Where? What city?
I can't remember. It was one right on the border because I didn't want to drive far.
Bluefield.
18.
Bluefield.
I think it was. Yeah.
Bluefield's right. There's a tunnel in between West Virginia and Virginia.
Yep.
when
I remember
you're
going
up
through
from
it.
the
Yeah.
south. Yep. I can't remember which tunnel it is. It's
The West Virginia tunnel.
yeah, the good one, the best
Yeah.
one, the best tunnel. Guys, thank you so much for being on the show. It's been awesome chatting with you about everything that we talked about, and please play more music, release more music. I want to hear more of this stuff. This is it's every genre that I like in one nucleus of
Awesome.
badass. You know what I mean?
Thanks. I'm glad to
we
be here.
appreciate
Glad to hear it.
Glad to be here.
And book some, like I said, book some shows around there. Book some if you want to book some up this way. Hit me up and I'll float you to the right people. I don't have any cred anywhere. I just know of places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Well, we
Yeah,
appreciate
we
it.
definitely will be.
but that'd be awesome to have you guys up here and show our area, Imperium, and I'll see what I can do about getting a hold of Pedro. I don't even know how this is going to work, but I will do my best.
Send them a cease and desist.
I am going to do something. Yeah, but on behalf of the real Imperium, listen.
we
buddy.
have to physically overpower him to win the rights.
Unless you can play guitar, buddy.
I bet you he has a
I've-
small wiener.
I really think
no.
Dylan should challenge him to a joust.
At joust.
Yeah, I think so.
You know I would win. I would just run on all fours at him.
Yeah, it would be no contest, honestly.
Gonna jump on it like a spider monkey.
Hey, if you guys got like 5 minutes, I'll talk to you a little bit after I kill the live
Okay.
stream here in a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I won't keep you too long. To play us out of the show tonight, a band that I just kind of found on Instagram. You know how like the ads run and stuff, and Instagram kind of watches me and knows what I look up and bands and things. They just kind of came across there. They're called Aralayer. They're from Greenville. That's South Carolina, right? Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Greenville, South
It's
Carolina.
2 hours from us.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where they are. So hopefully they'll come on the show sometime. I shot them a message, and this is how I do it. I play their music, and they pretty much force them to get a hold of me. Who would want to be on this show and talk about wieners? I mean, what else you got going on? You know. But yeah, tomorrow I have Amber's Wake from Sacramento, California, and then I have a few coming up later on in the month. I have the FUs or the Fuse, whichever only way you want to say it. I don't, but they're from Nashville. They'll be on. I believe it's the 24th. I'd have to look. Or is it? I don't know. I don't remember the dates right now, but everything's posted on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And then shortly after that is the Get Right Band from Asheville, North Carolina, kind of near you guys.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I have coming up on the show. Oh, one more thing. I have to say this because it's coming up. I'm going to be traveling to Youngstown, Ohio on April 18th to see The Undertaking. Now, the reason I say it like that, I'm sorry if I hurt your ears, but they have an exclamation point at the end of their name. So they didn't tell me to stop doing that. So I do that every time I say The Undertaking,
It feels required.
It is, yeah. It's a part of their life now. You know what I mean? No, they're from San Diego. They're doing an East Coast tour with Empty and Meadows, and they're making a stop in
Oh,
Youngstown.
Empty.
Empty's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yes,
really,
Empty's
really
right,
I
high.
very
know
good.
about Empty.
So I'm gonna hit them up when I see them on the 18th, Empty and Meadows, and force them to be on the show too. That's how I do it. No. But I will be interviewing The Undertaking from Westside Bowl in Youngstown on the 18th when I see them. So that'll be
awesome.
That'll be the shit. And I'm gonna scream that right in their face too. The Undertaking. You know. Check them out. They're really good. Their stuff is on everything. Not with Pedro's not involved with them.
Oh,
I'm gonna get a hold of Pedro. This has pissed me off at this point. I think it's electronic music, which is very, I don't know. Anyway,
That means he's better guitar.
Yes, we're gonna get him involved on the guitar.
And he might know. Yeah, he might know. This is looking good.
I know what's up.
Might have to fly him in from Mexico or Brazil or wherever he's at, But hey, we'll do a GoFundMe for that or something. Imperium, thank you guys so much again for being on the show. It's been fun. And thanks for everybody for chatting and asking questions. Really good questions, actually. Ones that I should ask that I don't ask because I forget. I have too much going on. Yeah, and tomorrow Amber's Wake at 3 p.m. with Harmon co-hosting. So join us then.
Man.
Yeah, you're welcome, and come back anytime. Come back. This is our lair with all my time, and I'll see you in due time at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Have a good night. We'll see you.